Welcome to Socio-Exploration. In this video, we'll be discussing about the theoretical approaches, the modern organizational theory. Before getting into a modern organizational theory, let's have a look on the organizational timeline. So, it starts from the classical organizational theory and ends up in the technological driven workplace. And this technological driven workplace is applicable in the present scenario. The modern organizational theory is of recent origin, having developed in 1960s. This theory has tried to overcome the drawbacks of the earlier theories. The modern organizational theory states that an organization is a system which has to adapt to changes and developments in its environment. Thus, it can be defined as the organization as a designed and structured process in which individuals interact for attaining the objective. The modern organization approach to the organization has become multidisciplinary, and scientists has emphasized on the dynamic nature of communication and importance of integration of the individual and the organizational interest. Let's have a look into the history and origin of modern organizational theory. It starts with the operational research approach, which was suggested in 1940. It utilized the contribution of several disciplines in problem solving. Then next, in the year 1968, von Bertalanffy proposed in his work, The General System Theory, made a significant contribution by suggesting a component of general system theory which is accepted as a basic premise of modern theory. Next is the theory of management, which was proposed by Chester Bernard in the year 1990. In his work, The Theory of Management has also emphasized on that and gave the first modern and comprehensive view of management. In the year 2007, system theory was proposed by Richard. This system theory is acquired from the biological and ecological sciences that human organization is an organic system in which everything is related to everything, and a change in one element of the system will affect the overall and other relationship in the system. Thereby, the modern organizational theory is classified into three types, namely system approach, socio-technical approach, contingency or situational approach. And the system approach is further divided into open system and closed system. The features of the modern organizational theories are the modern theories considers the organization as an open system. This means an organization consistently interacts with its environment so as to sustain and grow in the market. Since the organization is treated as an open system whose survival and growth is determined by the change in the environment, the organization is said to be adaptive in nature, which adjusts itself to the changing environment. The modern theory considers organization as a system which is dynamic, which always changes. The modern theory is probabilistic and not deterministic in nature. The deterministic model is one whose results are predetermined, but in the probabilistic, which are uncertain and depends on the chance of occurrence. This theory encompasses multi-level and multi-dimensional aspects of the organization, which means it covers both micro and macro environment in an organization. The macro environment is the external to the organization, while the micro is the internal to the organization. The modern theory is multivariable, which means it considers multiple variables simultaneously. It shows that cause and effects are not simple phenomena. Instead, the event can be caused as a result of several variables which could either be interrelated or interdependent. The system theory was developed in the early 60s with a conceptual and analytical base. It attaches a great significance on empirical research. The theory considers organization as a system in an organized and complex form. This system theory was of two types, namely open system and closed system. Let's have a look into the open system approach. It consists of different parts of the system and are called subsystems, which are interrelated. Further, various subsystems are arranged according to the scheme so that the complete system is more than just a sum of its parts. These systems are interrelated for working together for a common cause and its existence. This ensures the effective functioning of a system as a whole. Also, every system has a boundary which separates it from its environment. As you can see, the body consists of various subsystems called brain, lungs, spleen, bone marrow, stomach, etc., which is equivalent to the organizational structure. The organization consists of various subsystems like missionaries, people, staffs, personals. All these things come together to form a complete system. The primary parts of an organization consist of various components such as individual, formal organization, informal organization, status and role, and physical setting. Under individual, an individual and his personality is the basic part of the system. Every individual's attitude and motives determine his expectation when he participates in the organizational system. And formal organization is the interrelated pattern of jobs which are designed to regulate the action of the individual and other resources in the organization. Therefore, the individual must perform his job and organization must fulfill its expectations on successful completion of the job. But in an informal organization, the individuals interact significantly with the informal group to which he or she belongs to. These informal groups are typically demand the individual to conform to its laid down behavior pattern. The individual conforms in order to accomplish his goal by associating with the informal group. The status and role in every organization where the individuals are expected to play certain roles. These roles determine their status. There are times when the demands on an individual from the formal and informal organization contradicts each other. And another important component is the physical settings, which is the physical surrounding in which an individual performs a job. Therefore, it is important to carefully examine the interaction in complex man-machine system. So what are the interconnections between the subsystems? The interconnections are through various processes such as communication, which is an effective mechanism which links all the organizational subsystems together. It involves receiving messages from the external environment and sharing these messages within the organization. It also works as a control and coordination mechanism to link the decision center in the system. The decision making is another important process for linking various parts in an organization. The decision to produce depends on the interaction between the individuals and demand of the organization. Hence, the decision of an individual to participate in a production depends on the demand and the reward of the organization. The balance is an equilibrating mechanism which allows the different parts of the system to stay in a harmonious and structured relationship with each other. It helps in ensuring integrity in the face of a rapid changing environment. Even though system approach presents a better understanding of organization and managerial functioning, but it does not provide a solution for all types of organization, where a structure may be suitable for one unit but may not be suitable for the another. Thereby, contingency approach or situational approach was adopted. This approach suggests that an organization is designed to suit a particular unit. The structure will be suitable only if it is tailor made for an enterprise. The influence of both internal and external factors should be considered while framing a suitable organizational structure. This approach suggests that need, requirements, situations of a particular concern should be considered while designing an organizational structure. This model of organization theory is based on situational approach to the organization. The modern claims that there is no any universal guidance which can be deemed suitable for all types of situation. The system of organization are interrelated with the environment. This model suggests that different environments require different organizational relationship for optimum effectiveness. In the environment, there are various factors which are taken into consideration, that is social, legal, political, technical, and economic factors. Thereby, factors which influence an organization are environment, technology, size of operations, and people. These factors greatly influence a decision for the selection of an appropriate organization for an enterprise. Thanks for watching. Do subscribe and click the bell icon for further notification.